WF representing Palace, so let's tell you about Palace. Rolling straight to the ceiling, crowns and crystals, top like journeys, dishing out malice. Hold up, South London's grandest, far from bandits. Anything earned for a goal of elevation, just passing the team over here might finish that bright future we can't vanish. SE25 any day, that's SELHURST. Rev up the engines, no more reverse reactions, fan cams, bands on stream. Share up the team, support the dream team when Eagles fly, make noise and scheme. Dare to dream or dream to dare, taking a step to become supreme.
Evening, everyone. Hope you are doing good. This is the Brentford match preview, and we call it revenge season. I think so. I think so. We'll obviously get into the nitty gritty of things, but JC, how's it going?
Yeah, man. All good. All good. Looking forward to this game. Looking forward to going back to SELHURST, as I was talking with Dan the other day. And, you know, I'm not saying I'm getting gassed over training footage. I'm getting gassed over training footage, and I'll tell you why. It's not because of SA, it's because I've seen Francis kick a football. Francis kicked a football, and I'm thinking, aye, they put Francis since Francis has been injured. They've slapped him in the gym because my guy's gone from a twig to, you know what I'm saying. So I'm looking forward to March. And I really hope they take our time with him, so when he comes back, he actually stays fit. Because the Brazilian football, bruv, it's not a regular occurrence, and I'm sure that someone will be even happier than I am about his return.
He's got to get his haircut as well for it. Dan, how's it going, mate?
Yeah, I'm good. I too have been watching the training videos and getting gassed by it. I mean, yeah, it's nice to see.
Is that a skin fade, Dan?
Yeah, of course.
Jeez.
Sorry.
I mean, it's the second time I've been to this barber now. They're good, so I'm gonna stick with it. 16 quid as well. I'm quite happy with that.
That's decent, you know.
Yeah, I know, decent, isn't it? But yeah, obviously, I'm very happy to see a certain guy kicking some footballs on the training pitch. Also, nice to see a Wharton cameo at the end as well. You know, at the moment, I think things are positive. Like, we've been obviously gaining momentum, and you know, we still got players to come back. So I'm happy with that. But yeah,
I think that training video is probably the injection of that excitement the fan base just needed, because obviously our window has been slow. It has been very slow. So yes, we know, Palace, well done. You've played a blinder. You've tactically brought out this video to distract us. We still need that left wing back.
Absolutely.
And potentially a centre back.
Mm-hmm. I mean,
potentially a centre midfielder.
I mean, I know people watched Transfer Weekly. Just quickly between you guys, Rich, Diouf, or Brown?
I saw enough of Diouf now to be convinced. I saw his game yesterday. Granted, Slavia Prague are terrible, but what Diouf was doing in that game, I was like, yeah, I'm sold.
Dan?
You guys know that I really rate Archie Brown. I think Archie Brown, to be fair though, I haven't watched Diouf since I'd done the thread on him, which, selfless plug, guys. Go on the Eagle-Eyed Ball Twitter page. There is a Diouf thread already there because he was suggested by one of our regulars, the dog. So, yeah. Personally, I think, to be honest, they're both very good players. The way I see it is Archie Brown's a more finished article, but he's older and would probably cost more money. So, you know, it's where do you trade off the two, really?
But I would also counter that and say, well, he's English, so if he comes in and he's brilliant, you could sell him for a lot more than you could sell Diouf for.
Also true. I think Diouf's Senegalese, isn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Let's do your job.
And also, we've got loads of French speakers at the club, so...
Oh, yeah, that's true, actually, yeah.
Right. Anyway, we're here to talk Brentford. It's a weird one because I'm normally quite confident in most games. But Brentford's the one game I'm never confident. Never ever confident in. Like I don't know what it is about them, but they just seem to be jarring. They're so annoying. If you haven't seen Tactic Eagle, make sure you go and do that, please. To obviously hear JC and Dan's views. But for me, I think the key to this, I think we need to set traps like how we did against West Ham. Because granted, listen, West Ham first half we were poor. We had possession of the ball, but we didn't do anything with it. And then West Ham all of a sudden thought, we can push forward here. Bang. And that was the trigger for us to obviously capitalize. Because I think if we leave space in behind, I must admit, Mbeumo this season, unreal. Sharda's probably going to be all right. And there's rumours about this. I don't know how true, but apparently there's some home issues. There could be a potential trial. Don't know how true that is. Just something that popped up on my timeline. Just saying. But I don't believe it unless he's not in the lineup on Sunday. But JC, do you think we've got to? I think we'll have most of the position. I think we're just going to be the better side at home. But do you think that will be playing into Brentford's hands?
I think one thing that plays into Brentford's hands here, and I'm going to get it out of the way very early because I know we're going to talk about it later. They've only got one win away from home all season. So,
Palace thing to do.
What the Palace thing to do is, and I'm going to rip off Nate here. Charity Professional Football Club. I'm sorry, Nate. Yeah. It is your trademark, but it has to be done. Brentford are just jarring, isn't it?
To be fair, right, I looked at their away fixtures they've had this season because I was thinking that too. I was thinking, why are they so good at home but so bad away from home? Mate, their away fixtures have been tough. They've played, so these are teams they played away: Liverpool, City, Spurs, United, Fulham, Everton, Villa, Chelsea, Brighton, and Southampton.
That's mad still.
That's a harsh away. I mean, yeah, they're obviously a lot better at home than they are away from home, but still, I think them being at the bottom of the away league table, I think is maybe a bit harsh, but.
But I would say that they do have some incredible individuals. I don't know, Rich, what's so funny? Yeah, man like Will Hughes.
Funnily enough, actually, when I went to the barber the first time, I said, because I wanted my fade to go like around the back and like kind of like.
You wanted a taper fade?
Yeah, I wanted a taper one, but I didn't know what it was called. So I took it into. I took it in to there, and I actually showed him a picture of Daniel Munoz.
You melt.
Because I didn't know what it was called. So then he was like, "No, I can't do that. You ain't got the right kind of hair." And I was like, "Okay, fine. I'll just have a normal skin fade then."
Dickhead.
It's crazy they kick you out the chair. Get out of here. Oh, man. All right. Remind me on Sunday when I do my fan camp to call myself Will Hughes. It has to be done.
I still laugh at the time when you know about this one, Rich, but my mate Matt, who I sit next to with my season ticket, when AFCON was happening and we were really like upset because we're going to lose Zaha, Ayew, Schlupp, everyone, Decore, everyone. And he was like, "No, we're losing everyone." I was like, and then my dad or chairman went, "Oh, we're going to lose Will Hughes as well." And he went, "What?" He's like, "Yeah, he plays for Nigeria." He's like, "What?" And he fully believed it for like a whole week. And he came in the next week. He's like, "He's not bloody Nigerian." Oh. The stream's gone left.
It's gone left. Lucy,
Seems
give
fun.
some,
This
some
seems fun.
comments, and then we're going to discuss Daichi Kamada because there's a big conundrum regarding what we do with him in this game.
Guys, thank you for watching. Bear comments, so you know what happens with me. I can't read properly, so I'm gonna go flying through these. Big up Alex. Big up the dog. Big up Chairman. Next game, SA vibes. Probably not as much as you want, but hopefully Glaz's gonna manage it well. The Romaine Empire has started, my people. Pat, that deserves a sin bin. That is terrible. It's gonna be France levels of overhyping. Oh my days. Big up Pat. Big up Durfez. Big up Kyle.
Mr. Muscles.
Huh?
Yeah, who's Mr. Muscles?
Mr. Muscles.
I just got Dan.
Wait, who's Mr. Muscles?
Who's Dan?
I mean, he might have called Rich the Goat from now on, so you know what that means.
Yes.
Big up Kyle Peters, ready to jump another spot in the table on Sunday. Do you think we're still underestimating ourselves because of how good our defense is, even with Richards in it as well now? Like, you know, we're a little bit more settled. Hopefully that'll be better against Brentford again. But
I think we've been good, yeah.
Mbeumo's still sick, though. Don't know how he's 24, but, you know. Also, me and Dan spoke about this a little bit. Damsgaard's hairline as a 23-year-old, wild. He needs to go to Turkey. Big up Gabrielle. Got an exclusive for you. D wants to move, but we will accept by the end of the window, as Prague only want to keep him for the Europa League games. You will see. If that's true,
Let's hope so.
we will shout you out.
100%.
The same way how I will have to shout out Luke, or aka John Cena, because he was telling me at the Brighton game that SA's moved house to go and be next to the Palace training ground. But turns out he already lived next to the Palace training ground, so he didn't actually move anywhere. But he told me, oh, he signed. So now he signed. Big up Luke. He gave me the scoop ages ago. Bars. Yeah. It is what it is. Big up Damo. Big up Animal. 1-1 score prediction. Big up Earth. He's saying that the taper fade's looking nice.
Thank you very much.
Animal, we will get to this a little bit later. Big up CPFC Sean. You got some. You're the one that sent the stream left. Actually, you're the culprit. Big up Henry Smith. Welcome to the channel. I don't see any new names.
Yeah, we do not need that ref. 100%, Henry.
Big up Max. We haven't seen you before. Big supporter of Chris Richards. He's underrated. I think he's definitely good enough for us into Europe. That's a hell of a statement. I think he's good. Probably not that good, but I don't see why he couldn't prove me wrong. That's it. Yeah, cool. Better comments. I know I missed a few. Thank you very much for chatting in the chat and doing what you're doing.
Yeah, no, keep the ups. And we can start with this discussion. Do we start Daichi Kamada again in midfield? Because you know what? I'm going to put my hands up. I've never liked him in that 8 position. No way, Jose. However, my goodness be the last two. I mean, his performances since his red card have been brilliant. But his last 2 performances, obviously, in the middle of the park have been brilliant. Do we play Kamada in that role Sunday, or do we go for Lerma?
Lerma.
I think so. I think the reason why I think that is because I think Lerma's just more dynamic, and I think if Brentford are going to hit us on the break so much, I think I'd rather have Lerma tracking back than Kamada doing that.
And I think also the games that we have played with Kamada in the 8, we're playing against teams that don't really press too much, and they don't press very aggressively. Yeah. Granted, Brentford's press is a lot less aggressive than it has been in the years that they came up, but they're still very eager to pounce when I guess the ball is winnable in their eyes. So
Yeah.
purely for the physicality aspect, like granted, Kamada's way better at passing than Lerma. But I think the pure fact of we need someone to be a bit more physical in the middle to help Hughes, because against West Ham, like as a West Ham team, it sounds a bit strange, but they're not really that physical. So Hughes could do all of the physical stuff on his own, but I don't think that he can do that against Brentford because they're going to have too many bodies running forwards, and because how they change formations so quickly and they just pack out the midfield very quickly as well. Having our two in midfield and only one of them can really defend properly is going to be a recipe for disaster in my mind. So playing Lerma in there, a bit more physicality, he's incredible at jumping as well and can tackle good as well. So I'd play Lerma there personally.
Yeah, I think if we were to go 1-0 down and then Brentford kind of sit further back,
then
I would bring on Kamada because then he would have more time to kind of like control the possession a bit more.
Yeah. To be fair, JC, you brought an element that could easily have been overlooked. Brentford and set pieces are like we know against Brentford with set pieces. That's one tool that they have like in their arsenal, and Lerma would give us at least that defensive security, in there. So and I think the other factor I would say is he normally plays on the left hand side of the two, doesn't he? So I think he's going to have a massive job in tracking Mbeumo.
I'm sure Hughes plays on the left and Lerma on the right.
I think Lerma, to be fair, Lerma can play on both. But normally, if they're playing together, Hughes will play on the left.
It's just so they can use a strong foot to go to the wing backs. That's all it is.
Yeah, that's the point, yeah. But either way, I think he's going to have a very important role anyway, whether it's Hughes or Lerma, in just preventing Mbeumo from cutting inside with his left foot. I do believe if we can shut that option out, we kill off a good chunk of his game. Now, granted, he is still quality, so I'm sure he'll find a way around it. But if we allow this guy to come in to move inside with his left foot, yeah.
He hasn't been tactical trained yet. Try that again,
17:35, yeah. If we allow Brentford to move inside, we're in big trouble.
Yeah.
I agree.
What I did want to do is, Jesse, if you put up our lineups.
Burger Man.
So here, you go. It's your segment. You wanted this.
So on the left hand side, that's the likely lineup for Sunday. On the right hand side is the starting lineup we had when we first played them.
Oof.
I tell you, and granted, like I said, Gay had just come back from internationals.
Mateta had 7 days off.
Yeah,
from
Mateta
the Olympics.
did.
Yeah.
Eze just came back. Wharton just came back. Mundas just came back. So a lot of these players, obviously, and Henderson, yeah. A lot of these players rarely had a pre-season, but when you look at that lineup, all right, so you've got Kamada and Sarr, which is the obvious change from both sides. Wharton and Lerma. How much does it say about Maxence Lacroix? Because when you actually look at that side in yellow, like based on today's form, one, it's not too dissimilar to what we have as it already, because it's only Anderson that's not there. And two, that is actually, they're playing well. How big a factor has Maxence Lacroix been for us?
I think he's an upgrade on Anderson, if I'm really honest. I think a really big upgrade as well, because yes, Anderson is still better than that 30-yard thing.
Henry, that is nasty work.
Wow.
Yes, Anderson still has that 30-yard ping over Max, 100%. But I do think that being a centre back in literally every single other way, Maxence Lacroix is better. He's got the pace. I feel like he's definitely more physical. I feel like he can read the game a little bit better. And because he has the pace, he's able to be that aggressive centre back, but still have the pace to get back after chasing the ball out of his back line. Whereas when Anderson does it, the ball gets flicked over the top and he's treading water trying to get back. He's nowhere to be found. I really think it is just Max. He's a leader at the back. He's just got all the attributes of a captain. I still believe, Grant, Mark is great. He's not a captain in my eyes. Max is a captain in my eyes. Because I see every single time, you know how we do the huddle, Max is talking, it's not Mark. I don't know if it's just me that's seeing this. I've seen photos of it. Max is the guy. He is unbelievable. And the fact we sold Anderson for 30 and we got this guy in for half the price and he's younger, that I think that's also an extension of how good Dougie is to actually get someone like this in. And also it does help that Glasner's already worked with this guy before, so there's always like a little bit of a relationship there already. But Maxence Lacroix is the main factor here. That's why. If you move Maxence Lacroix into that other team is also incredible.
Yeah. It also really highlights that, look, our team hasn't changed that much from both games. Obviously, just a few tweaks here or there. But just because Glasnow's got their fitness back up, that's all it is. And that's why he was so adamant in getting players in early in the summer window. And I swear, Aseki, I've seen your message. If we allow our gaffer to walk in the summer because we're not doing the business we want early, because granted, he's happy we got Romain Esse, but he did say it took too long. It took too long. If he walks, I'm going to be fuming. We have got a tactical genius on our hands. Just give him everything he wants. I'm sure we're nowhere near PSR trouble. He's worked wonders. No win in 8 games. Our first win coming against Spurs.
Also,
3 points. 3 points before that.
One thing about that as well, it took us 8 games to actually play the same centre-back duo 2 games in a row.
Oh, you're taking the words out of my mouth, Jason.
Yeah, I know.
I've literally just gone through to go and get it.
Before the stream started, so I took it from you.
So the first, yeah. So just to quickly go through them. Obviously, the first one's on there. The second lineup was Riyad, Gay, Richards.
Oh, that's West Ham, money.
Yeah, that was West Ham. Chelsea was Richards, Gay, Klein. Leicester was Lacroix on the left, Gay, Klein. And then against Man United, we had Richards, Gay, Lacroix. So Lacroix on the right there. And then we had Lerma on the left, Gay, Lacroix. And then we had Chalobah on the left, Gay, and then Lacroix. And then the Forest game. So this is the first of the 2 consecutive games. Gay, Lacroix, Chalobah. And then against Spurs, the same 3 centre-backs. So yeah, so it took us, I think, what was that? Was that game week 8, I think? We finally had consecutive.
Wow.
I know, it's crazy, isn't it, when you think about it? But it goes back to what you were saying about like Glasner wanting players in early, because I think Lacroix arrived on literally on transfer deadline day, as Anderson then left, and obviously we got Chalobah as well. And when you combine all of that with, was it 5 players who got to their continental finals and lost? In addition to Mateta going to the Olympics, six players. Yeah. In addition to Mateta going away, obviously Kamada's new to the league. Wharton is half the Wharton that we know. Obviously, I can see the bench there. Ayu's gone. Edouard's gone.
Well, Atalanta put a bid in, and we wanted him to go, and he said no. Yeah. So he's the pagan.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, you can definitely see the difference in the players for whatever reasons that was. And like you say, honestly, I was saying it to another Palace fan. Like Glasner, I'm so impressed by Glasner. Like in his interviews, to be honest, even like watching like the training videos. I mean, obviously, I don't know anything about training, but like it's nice to see like the players' personalities behind there as well, and Glasner's as well, and obviously we kind of sold him short in the summer, and yet he's managed to find a solution to it. I mean, we're seventh in the league table over the last 12 games. And you think like you look at our team as well, and you're like, how's he done
with
that?
no Wharton, with no Decore.
Yeah, and they've
how mad that was.
And they've done with Will Hughes,
and they're not been easy games either. Like that's the last 12 Premier League games is West Ham, Leicester, Chelsea, Southampton, Bournemouth, Arsenal. I wasn't counting then. How many was that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Brighton 7, Man City 8, Ipswich 9, Newcastle 10, Aston Villa 11, and Fulham 12. Do you know what I mean? And we've only lost twice in that as well. It's crazy, really. But
with that, Villa, I think we could have won.
Yeah,
I think it draws a fair result. Newcastle, we definitely should have won.
Absolutely.
Chelsea was a game of two halves, so that could have gone either way. We could have had maybe another 5-6 points. In that run. So it's unbelievable. JC, any more select comments? It's quite the interactions are amazing, by the way, guys. And please don't forget to smash the like button. It helps.
Anderson slander since he's left is crazy. It's that there's one Fulham fan that sleeps at night thinking about us, and even Fulham fans are saying, he is the reason why Palace fans think we're obsessed with him.
We're obsessed, yeah.
Sort out your fans then, big man. Also, the Anderson slander is quite hilarious because they were cussing us saying, who is Maxence Lacroix? And then we've seen that they're saying Anderson's rubbish, but don't say anything or Palace fans will laugh at us. We saw it. Don't you worry. Max is my pick for captain. Why is JC talking like he's mates with the first team?
He's the water boy.
The H2O levels. Given Chalobah's being offered 40 million, Macquarie must be worth 80. Like
he's up there.
In this day and age, it's got to be 80. If you're saying Chalobah's 40, and bear in mind, Chalobah is the worst of our three centre backs, and they're asking 40 million. Yeah, and also he's been offered around for 14 in the summer. So, do you know he's on 150 something grand a week?
That's crazy.
No wonder they tried to get rid of him and put him in the youth team.
Yeah. At least he started in the last game, I guess.
Yeah, but unfortunately, when Fofana comes back, when Diesman come back, he's going to be straight back again. So, to be fair, if we were in a rut and we had a lone player, we would have pulled a lone player back, and it would be the exact same thing. So you can't really be too mad at it. Cool.
Number 11, I guess.
Huh?
I don't know what's you're going to do next year, then. You had something ready, didn't you?
No.
Why is the formation thing there?
We can do a combined 11.
Oh, that's what usually I was there. Or are you picking your starting lineup? Is that what it was?
I've got no idea what you're talking about, bro.
Why is this here?
Combined 11. We do.
That's what I said, and then you went what?
Allow it, man. Combined 11. Flecken or Henderson?
It's Henderson.
Henderson.
Okay.
I mean, I think Flecken's a good shot stopper, but I think if you're playing like a possession-based football, I think Henderson's a bit better. Really.
Hey, what did you? Why did you put Fleck in there?
Yeah, why did you put Fleck in there?
I don't know.
See, you are doing. You're on something. Maybe Earth was right. It's maybe the Ray. It's the
Yeah,
Ray.
he's been on the Ray, haven't you? It's Friday night, isn't it?
Right. Let's add the
The Brentford players.
Brentford players first. I think.
I think Damsgaard
Let's
and
say what-
Buemo should be in there.
Damsgaard is at 8 or a 10.
I was an 8. He'd be like the midfielder who pushes a bit further in my mind. Oh, that hairline is so dead, isn't it?
It goes way back.
Just mate, either go Turkey or shave it all off.
Yeah, either commit.
Ooh, who else could we have?
I was thinking that because I'm trying to think who their centre backs are.
Yeah, that's the only other position I can think of.
To be fair, I probably have
Rico Henry at left
Nathan.
back.
Well,
I know he's got an ACL, but
yeah. To be fair, you could have Rico. Well, if we're doing that, then if we're doing any play, if we're not including injuries and shit,
And I think that's the only player, to be honest, because none of their backline, like was it Nathan Collins?
Pinner.
I don't know.
To be fair, I
Ben
probably
Mead's
have.
still there.
I probably. I
Pinner.
don't really know a lot about
Richards.
I don't really know a lot about Vandenberg, to be honest. But I would possibly one of them over Richards. I mean, Lacroix and Gay.
I'll put Pinnock in there instead of Richards.
Yeah, I think Pinnock would be a good shot.
The striking options is a bit of a shame because if we were playing two strikers, I would happily have both Wissa and
Mateta.
Yeah, I would definitely have both of them in. But if we're not doing that, then it's hard, isn't it?
But do we put Rico and Henry in here anyway? Like, because we normally do it as
well, yeah. If we're
no
doing,
injuries.
yeah, if we're not including injury and stuff, I'd have Henry over there. Yeah, definitely.
He's really good. I do feel sorry for him, but he's a good player.
Yeah, same.
He just seems to get injured all the time now, don't he?
Yeah.
To be honest, I think he's had that injury, and I don't think he's come back, has he?
No, he's tried to come back a few times, but just gone straight back out again.
Oh, really?
Who do we play here now?
And this is not including injuries, right?
Do we put Will Hughes in here anyway?
Well, if we're not including injuries, I think you put Wharton in there, don't you? Really?
I think it'd be Wharton.
Because then I think, and also like if we're looking at it from an actual this is a team point of view, I think him and Damsgaard will work quite well together.
Okay, that's a bad boy team.
That is a good team, to be fair.
That's strong. That is strong. Good side. Any special? What do you call it?
Norgard, I think, is a honourable mention. I think.
I think it's an honourable mention.
Yeah, I think there's a few there you could definitely split, like Norgard, Wissa.
I mean, if you talk about when they're on form, Hickey as well.
Yeah, say Hickey at right wing back as well.
But other than that, I don't think so.
Yeah, I'm just having a look.
Maximilian, trust me, Rico Henry, he's unbelievable. Like watching him live and direct, like when he came to SELHURST Park, was it about 2 seasons ago, maybe? It was just doing that the whole game, up and down, whipping crosses in. I was just looking at him, just like, imagine we had fullbacks like that.
Because bear in mind that was when they had Henry and Hickey in the same team.
Yeah,
yeah,
it was mad.
I was a big fan of Rico Henry before his injury.
Yeah, it's just unfortunate.
Like, I think, to be honest, I think he could have if he didn't get that injury, he'd probably be playing. He'd probably be
England.
very close to being England. Like that's how good he is.
I think so. And was he on the bench in the last game?
Let's have a look.
They did say that he's on his way back.
He was on the bench against Liverpool, yeah. Oh, he actually played against City as well.
Oh crap!
No, but he was only a sub. I think
They are going to
they're-
ease him back.
Yeah,
they
I
will
think
ease him
it's
back.
like it's like Decore or someone like that. Like they're not. He's not going to be starting anytime soon. I don't think.
No, thanks. What would we say for score predictions, guys?
I never gave my score prediction on that sequel.
I don't think I did either. Actually, I can't remember.
I think that I'll throw myself under the bus.
Have I? I don't know. Maybe.
You're a child.
You do know what a dirty one is, right?
I think so.
Oh Lord, you're in trouble. You're in trouble.
Well, I mean, I've got a good idea, but I don't know if there's like some specific nuance or something to this.
There's a wine and then there's a dirty wine.
Yes.
Okay, maybe I'm not 100% sure what a dirty wine is then. I know what a wine is.
Right. The dirty wine insinuates you're in front.
Oh no, I've never done that. 2-0.
Change the subject. I do feel like we underestimate ourselves because I do think we are actually better than I think we are, or I think we are. Because every single game where we're like, "Oh, we're gonna get smashed," we haven't. Other than the Arsenal games, obviously. But like, we held Liverpool to 1 goal. We drew Chelsea. We beat Spurs. Like, we've had like really good performances, and we are on a hot grain of form right now. Yes, them only having 1 away win is the only thing that's sticking in my mind that's really annoying me. But I do think that we can come out of this game like pretty all right. Yes, we have injuries to Riyad and Decore. I think they're knee injuries. I think Glasner said so they won't be available for this game. But I do feel like the squad that we've got and the players that we can bring on late into the game would be able to suffice. Every single time we play Brentford, I always say 1-1 because it always is 1-1. I'll back it 2-1 though. I'm feeling confident. No, 3-1. I'll back it 3-1 because I do think Mateta's scoring really, really good. And also, Eze has got a goal contribution in all of our last 5 games. 2 goals, 3 assists in 5 games. So he's getting to form again. Mateta's scoring for fun. Sarr is really good. And now he has competition as well for that spot. So we're going to have a little bit of something coming off the bench as well. You know, he might only get 5, 10, 15 minutes. But doing that for SA for a few games, let's say, or until like near the end of the season, there will be a fight for that spot between the two. So the levels of Sarr could go up even further. You never know.
And
So I'll go on, Dan. You first.
I was gonna say, and if you want to know more, go on the Eagle Eye Ball Twitter page because there is a thread.
3-1.
Just quickly on that note before I give my score prediction, are we saying now that Romanes is joined, Daichi Kamada is no longer seen as a 10?
On the left side, he would be.
That's fair.
Also, if Eze got injured.
Mm-hmm. But then again, though, SA can play on the left as well, can't he?
Yeah, he had like a weird, like with Millwall, he had a weird sort of like free role in some games where he would drift over to the left-hand side. And sometimes he did actually play as a central 10. So he can play there. He's obviously better on the right, but he can do it.
Mm-hmm. Obviously, we understand why Kamada's playing in the middle of the park nowadays because of the injuries and stuff. And like I said, he's been doing well in the last month or two. I'm going to go 2-1 Palace. I hate this fixture. both home and away. Like whether I'm watching it on TV or at the ground, I hate this fixture.
If it's
the
1-1, I'm
one-
not surprised. I thought I'd let everyone know that. as well.
Oh, right. But you're not going to predict it, though, are you?
3-1. Confidence.
So yeah, when we played down the first time round, we did miss the host of chances, and the 2 goals we conceded were shockers. By the way, that second one was like Dean Henderson was like just flapping around, and it was a mess. And I think Edward had a goal that was disallowed for offside. So yeah, but I'm gonna go 2-1 Palace. You know, I will take any win. That will take us up to what, 11th? Was that dependent on other fixtures?
Let's see. So depending on other results, it would definitely take us 11th. In fact, the highest it could take us is 11th. But if all things went well, that would mean we would be 6 points off 8th place, which would be a European place this season.
It's mad.
And bear in mind how bad of a start we had.
Like, you think, right, if we actually did the business in the summer, I don't want to be that guy, but I think we definitely get at least 5 or 6 more points in those first 8 games.
I wouldn't even say that. I'd say if Eze's goal went in, we get those points even with our stupid window.
And then also, what's our next? What's our games after that? Is it Man United?
I think we've got a decent run, actually.
Yeah, we've got a decent run.
Which actually, United away sold out, actually. So I was thinking about going, but
That was one point.
yeah, I know. And we took the whole allocation, as far as I'm aware, as well. So
after what's our next four after Brentford?
So after Brentford, so we got Brentford at home, Man United away, then it's the FA Cup on the 10th, and then it's Everton at home, which I'm not gonna lie, I think that will just end in a draw, that one. Then we got Villa at home, which, you know, if we're picking up points in the other game, because Villa at the moment are 8th, that's going to be an important game. Then we got Ipswich at home. And then we're getting into like March, April, but then we got Newcastle away, which could get moved. Southampton away.
Our next 5 literally shape where we could potentially end up this season.
Could
Definitely.
If we get anything between 10 to 15 points in those 5, we are looking Europe. Like that 8th place is obviously other results have to go in our favour, but all right, let's not.
I forgot. We also have Fulham. We also have Fulham at home. Sorry, in between Everton and Villa, we have Fulham at home. Fulham away. Sorry.
Sweet. All right. I think that is it. All right. Well, appreciate you all, guys. Don't forget to smash the like button. It will be fan cams and play ratings after the game on Sunday. Guys, if there's anyone that's on the chat and you ever see us filming outside the fan zone after the game, you're more than welcome. Come say hello to us. Come and even have your say. It's entirely up to you if you want to do that. We are outside the fan zone. Dad, are you there this weekend?
No, I'm working, unfortunately, but my nephew is going, so I will let him know, but I don't know what he's doing, so...
Sweet. Whilst you're at work, don't dotty one too hard. JC.
Where's he gone?
JC,
I'll see you Sunday, JC. I thought you frozen.
I'll see you Sunday, JC.
Yeah.
Anyway, up the Palace.
Up the Palace.
Up the Dutty Whiners. Eagle!